are brand new, this is the point in the program where we switch to something fun instead of all just classwork. And I go ahead and put on an apron so that my daughter Casey knows where to split this up when she posts these on YouTube. So if you're brand new, we are on Facebook right now. This is Sunday, November the 12th, and we are live on Facebook right now. When this gets posted here in a day or two, it'll still be here on Facebook. It'll post automatically here tonight on Facebook. And then when Casey posts it on YouTube, and again, that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. When she posts that over there, yes, it is apron time. When she posts it over there, she splits it up into 2 different chats so that if you want to watch the whole thing again, if you need to watch the whole thing again, you'll know. You can start at the beginning. But if you think, oh man, I just missed the second part, or I missed a recipe, or I need to see what's going on, then you know, and she knows, it's time to start the second half when the apron goes on. Okay, so who has seen the game show Deal or No Deal? And bonus points if you have played Deal or No Deal at a casino, which I have, yeah, on multiple slot machines, yeah. Deal or No Deal. So tell me if you have seen the show Deal or No Deal. I don't even know if it's still on or not, but if you have seen past tense the show Deal or No Deal, or again, bonus points if you have played it on a slot machine. Okay, Lynn has seen it. And isn't that where Meghan Markle, isn't that where, wasn't she one of the girls that opened the suitcase on Deal or No Deal? Okay, so Lynn has, Melissa with 1S has, Sandra has seen it, Dorothy has seen it, Sandra has seen it. Anybody played the slot machine? Anybody besides me? It has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. Kim's seen it. Okay, I'm dying for somebody to have played the slot machine. Okay, and Karen has seen it. Okay, we're going to play Deal or No Deal tonight. So you do not need a pencil and a piece of paper. If you need to go back and get any of this information or check it out or whatever, just watch it again later on YouTube. Don't worry about going and getting any writing utensils tonight. We're literally just going to play a fun but gut-wrenching game, okay? So this is going to be fun but gut-wrenching. Okay, so I'm going to present you with something. Everything I'm going to present you with is about 6 points. So these are all things that are approximately 6 Weight Watchers points. Some of them are err on the side of 5. Some of them are more closer to 7. But we're going to say as an average, these things are all 6 Weight Watchers points. Okay, we are all doing Weight Watchers. Can we agree on that? We are all doing the same Weight Watchers now since we moved away from personal points. So for all of us, if you're watching one of our 1.5-year-old chats and I'm talking about personal points and what points are for different people, we don't do that anymore. We all just do Weight Watchers now. So these are all 6 points for all of us. Okay, so I'm going to show you something and I want you to tell me if it's a deal, like if you think it's a deal and you would like to keep that item, or if it's no deal, okay? Okay, and this I'm afraid is going to take longer than I thought it was going to take. Okay, our first item is, this is 1 1/3 tablespoons of olive oil. So 1 1/3 tablespoons of olive oil. I don't know if you can see how much that is. I tried to find the best container I could find to put it in so that you all could still see about how much it is. But that is 1 1/3 tablespoons of olive oil. That is 6 points. So for 6 points, is that a deal or no deal? And I'll just let like 2 of you vote. Nancy says, no deal. Ooh, Lynn says deal. And Rita says no deal. Okay, I'm going to set this one over here for just a minute. Then Sarah says no deal. Next up, and I could not figure out what to put this on, so I'm going to put it on my hand. This is 1 tablespoon of butter. So that's not very much. Some of you old girls, old schoolers, know that one of the ways to figure out, to kind of, rule of thumb on things like a tablespoon is about the size of your thumb. So this is 1 tablespoon of butter. 1 tablespoon of butter is all, and this is real butter, it's real unsalted butter, is the butter. 1 tablespoon of butter for 6 points. Is that a deal or no deal? And if y'all don't mind, if you wouldn't mind to say butter, deal or no deal, so that I know when you've moved on from the olive oil. So butter, and it's real butter. But here's the thing, here's the deal. For it to be a deal, you have to have all 6 points of it, okay? So deal or no deal. Okay, Lynn says deal. Mary says deal. Carol Lou says no deal. And there's no wrong or right. Yep, Sandra says deal, like butter. Okay, yep, so Sandra, and you notice I'm now conditioning my hands with the butter. Okay, yeah, Sarah says butter, no deal. Julie says no deal, butter. Marlene says no deal, and Mary says butter, deal. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what your preference is. Okay, next up is light sour cream. So light sour cream, this is, let me find my marker here, a half of a cup. I know it looks like more, but I was kind of messy, putting it in this holder. So a half of a cup of light sour cream. I just need you to either put SC or you can put LSC for light sour cream or sour cream. Is a half a cup of sour cream, light sour cream, for 6 points. Is that a deal or no deal? Ooh, yeah. Sarah says deal, sour cream. Melissa says deal. Rita says no deal on the sour cream. Melissa says deal, sour cream. Carol Lou says deal on the sour cream. Sylvia is a deal on the sour cream. Okay. So those were 3 fats, okay? Next up, we have a couple of snack things. This is 2 snack-size Milky Ways. So you can see how little they are. They're Milky Way fun size. Deal or no deal on Milky Ways for 6 points. And you got to say either Milky Way, man, I know, y'all are like, I don't know, y'all were about 50-50 on the sour cream, and now the no deal, yeah, Julie, you notice I didn't even make that an option. Julie says, no deal, fat-free Greek yogurt for 0 points, exactly right. Carol Lou says no deal on the candy bar. Patty says no deal on the candy bar. Melissa says no deal on the Milky Way. Sandra says no deal on the candy. Jocelyn says no deal. Debbie says no deal. Okay, I'm kind of with you. And I will also just point out, these are, Lynn says deal on the Milky Way. You're the only deal so far, Lynn. I picked a candy bar that I will not eat. So yeah, so we're at no risk of me eating that. Okay, so a lot of you all said no to that. What about a Lara bar? This is a blueberry muffin Lara bar. It's just 5. It's 5 real ingredients. This is no sugar added, plant-based, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. You can see about how big it is. So here are the candy bars. So the candy bars don't quite make one Lara bar, but this is also 6 points. So it is, they're made from real food. Power yourself with a bar that's as authentic and real as the life you're living. Okay. No deal Lara bar, no deal Lara bar. Debbie says no deal. Mary says no deal. Melissa says how much protein? Well, not enough to make it less than 6 points. Julie says no deal with the bar. Let me see without opening this, because this is actually for Alyssa for tomorrow. Okay, the protein on the Lara bar is 4 grams. So, yeah, so the Lara bar, interesting. You all so far are 100% no deal on the Lara bar. Okay, what if I up it a little bit? What if I up the ante a little bit? What if it's a Luna bar? So the Milky Ways, I don't know how much they weigh, but this Lara bar is 1.6 ounces. The Luna bar is 1.69 ounces, but it is a chocolate peppermint stick Luna bar, also 6, and hello Barbara, also 6 points. So on the Luna bar, deal or no deal on the Luna bar? Debbie says if it was a Bear Bell bar, she would be saying yes. Well, I didn't buy one of those. Sandra says no deal. Sandra says no deal. Hattie says no deal. Debbie says Luna, no deal. No deal at all. And Rita says no deal. Okay. And Mary says no deal on Crazy Luna. And Sarah says the Luna bar is not worth it. And Lynn says no deal on the Luna bar. Oh, and Julie says bars are gross. Okay, good to know. Next up, this is actual cheese. So this is 1 ounce of real cheese, also 6 points. So you can see it's not very big. So you can just put real cheese, 1 ounce for 6 points. Because I know for myself, I could eat the whole little block of it. You know, Hattie says cheese deal. Sandra says no deal on cheese. And Sarah says, I'm working on it, Sarah. Sarah says, give us something worth the points. Debbie says cheese, yes. Melissa says deal cheese. Carol Lou says definite deal on the cheese. Katie says total deal on the cheese. And Mary Ann, bless your heart, I can never see what you say. And Barbara says yes, deal on the cheese. And Rita says deal on the cheese. Okay. Or what about this? This is 1/3 of a cup of Velveeta shreds. So this is not real cheese. Oh, and Julie says no cheese, yuck. Oh, and Kathy's no deal on the cheese. So this one's Velveeta shreds. So this is a cheese product. It's not real cheese, but it's a cheese product. So on Velveeta, deal or no deal? And Mary says, so far I'm starving, no deal. And Sandra says, keep us protein. Sarah says, maybe on the cheese. Oh, Jonna says deal, but Jocelyn says no deal. Rita says no deal on Velveeta shreds. Sandra's just no deal on cheese, period. Just no deal on cheese. And remember, this is 6 points. Everything is about 6 points. Sylvia's yes on the Velveeta. Barbara's no on that. Sarah is no. Mary is no deal. Ooh, another Mary is no deal. And Julie says, Velveeta, never. Never. And Katie says, no deal on the shreds. And Carol Lou says, no deal on Velveeta, want real cheese. And Sarah says, Velveeta is good though. It is, yeah. I know. I think it is good. Okay, so next thing is 14 corn tortilla chips. So 14 corn tortilla chips is 6 points. So you can see that's 14. It's not a huge amount, but you know, when you need some chips. Sarah says yes on the chips. Trish says no deal. She says no deal. Carol Lou says yes, deal on those chips, on them chips. Sandra says no deal on chips. Mary says chips deal. I knew that we would be a divided front on this. I knew it. I knew it. Finally, something Julie will eat. Julie says deal. Hattie says deal. Karen says yes, please. And Sarah says with 0 point salsa. Exactly. But Rita is a no deal on the chips. Okay. I knew I would have some participation in this. So this is 14 corn tortilla chips. And Debbie must like them because deal is in all capital letters. Or here is 50. And remember, oh my gosh, Mary says, winner, winner, chips for dinner. Deal. Y'all are so funny. And there's no right or wrong answer. Okay. So this is 50 Chester's Cheese Puffs. So if y'all don't know what Chester's Cheese Puffs are, they're kind of like Cheeto. They're kind of like those puffy Cheetos, but for some reason they're, I don't know, you get more of them for less points. So 50, I don't know if you can see how big this is. This is 50 Chester's Cheese Puffs, also for 6 points. Anybody? Chester's Cheese Puffs? Cheese Puffs? Sandra says, no deal, Kelly. No deal. But the other Sandra, and the Sandras are like back and back. I know y'all are not together, but it's like you're together. So one Sandra says, no deal, Kelly. The other one says, yes, deal. Orlando Debbie says, cheese and chips for nachos. Sounds good. Melissa says, deal on the cheese puffs. Hattie says, deal. Sarah's yes. And Karen says, nasty ingredients, so no. Julie says, no puffs. So poor Julie is going to starve. She's said yes to one thing that I've had so far. Katie is a deal on the cheese puffs. Mary Ann is a deal. Mary is a no deal. And Lynn is a deal. Okay. This is a potato. This is a just a regular sweet potato. It's not even organic, I don't think. I don't think I got it out of the organic section. This is a regular sweet potato. I weighed this, and now I cannot remember exactly how much it weighed, but this is just a regular, I mean, I would consider this to be a regularly sized sweet potato, but I did feel like, not really an idiot, but I took one for the team for you all and walked over to the scale at Kroger, that the people that are doing the Kroger pickup thing, that's the scale that they use to weigh your groceries, or weigh the produce that they're picking up for you. Well, I went over and used their scale and weighed this. So this is a regular sweet potato, but it is a 6-point sweet potato. And we are getting some takers on it. So we've got Carol Lou says, yes, please on the potato. Mary says, deal, sweet potato. Katie says, deal on the sweet potato. Debbie says, potato deal. Rita is a deal on the sweet potato. Nancy is a deal. Marianne is a deal. Sandra says, no deal. No deal on the potato. Sandra says, sweet potato deal. Sarah is yes on the sweet tater. Yep. And then Sherry is a deal. And, Carol Lou says, regular sweet potato deals. Regular potato deal, sweet potato no. And Hattie says, deal. And Melissa's deal. Okay. So, next thing I got to get out of the freezer, so I'll be right back. And I promise we are going to get to a point with this, okay? We're not just playing games all night. We are going to get to a point. The next two things I got to get out of the freezer. And let me find them. Oh! Okay, well, there went one of them. Okay, this is... Hopefully y'all didn't see that. This is the world's tiniest, can you see how big that is? Tiniest little thing of Haagen-Dazs strawberry ice cream. Half of this container. So half of this 3.5 fluid ounce, this can't be more than a half of a cup. Half of this is 6 points. Deal or no deal? I'll let y'all just think about that one for a minute. Okay. No deal, no deal. So just say no deal Haagen-Dazs or no deal HD. Really, no deal? No deals? Nobody wants half of this little tiny container? Nobody? No deals? Julie, no deal? Carol Lou, no deal? Debbie says no deal? What? Nobody wants half? Mary says no deal. Nobody wants half of this little container? Nobody at all? Nobody? Nobody? Kim says no deal. Patsy says no deal. Okay. So no deal on this one. I don't think anybody said deal on the half of a container of Haagen-Dazs. But what about half of a container of Halo Top? So this is also strawberry ice cream, but this is Halo Top light ice cream. So we got all 100% no deals on this little baby one. What about this one? So what about half? So half of the container is 6 points. Sandra said whole or nothing. Sandra, you can up the ante. It doesn't have to just be 6 points. And Trish, we're not making our own ice cream. I know we can make our own ice cream. I know. Okay, all of y'all are there saying you can make your own ice cream in the creamy. That's great if you have a creamy. That's awesome if you have a creamy. I do not have one. So Susie says deal on the Halo, but Carol Lou says no. No on the Halo Top. But Carol Lou's my savory person. Like, you're more salty and savory, aren't you, than sweet stuff? Is what I think. Hattie says deal. Trish says still no. Still no. Yeah, and I think I already said Susie said yes. Debbie said Halo Top no. Oh, Julie says Halo Top strawberry no, chocolate yes. Well, Julie, this was the only thing that I could find the same flavor. Like, I found the same flavor. Sarah still says no deal. Oh, this is not, okay, so this is not a pitch to try, and I'm sure yours, Debbie says, mine is better, and I'm sure it is. Okay, you come here to Tennessee, y'all, with the creamies, and come make me these things, and then we'll have a totally different chat about that. But these were the only ones that I could find that were almost nearly exactly the same flavor. So Alyssa will be getting this little tiny one. Nona will be getting this bigger one. Okay, so here's my last deal. Let me put these back in the freezer real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I know it seems like, I know, oh yeah, and Barbara says she'll be here. So if y'all come up with your creamies, bring them on because Barbara's coming. So I know that I know it seems like we're just playing a silly game, and I know y'all are probably thinking, what's the end goal here? What's the end game here? Okay, the end game is to help you make some decisions, you know, when you're faced with something like, oh my gosh, I didn't have time to eat today. I have 2 Milky Ways at work, or I had a Lara bar in my purse for my granddaughter, or I had a Luna bar, you know, whatever. You can decide, deal, no, 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 or maybe, or, you know, it might depend on the day. It might depend on availability. It might depend on what else is going on. And we're not done yet. So Sarah's jumping off, but we're not quite done yet. This was not just a game. This was to help you stop and to help me stop and think about, where do I really want to put those points today? Is it a deal or is it not a deal? Because I think sometimes we're too, I don't know, sometimes we're too serious about this instead of saying, you know what? That's no deal for me. I have had so much fun saying deal or no deal. I want one more. I'm going to give you one more deal or no deal. So, okay, I'm going to come over here and grab something out of the Instant Pot. So give me just a second. Okay, so my last deal or no deal, and I just made a horrific mess on the countertop. Okay, so my last deal or no deal, this is where, at the beginning of the chat, so at the beginning of the hour, 50 minutes ago, I said I'm super pumped about my lunch for the rest of the week because I made it in the Instant Pot today, and I'm going to have it ready for the rest of the week. So, deal or no deal on this, and really, again, there's no right or wrong, so you're not going to lose if you say no deal. But for me, this was a deal. I made taco soup, and that recipe's already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So that's 1 point. But to that taco soup, I'm going to add two points for cheese. So now that's 3 points. And I'm going to add 2 points worth of chips, 2 points worth of the tortilla chips, and I'm going to add, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to add 1 point. Oh, and y'all know this means I get to lick my finger now. No, sorry, I got to lick my finger. Okay, so now I have 1 point worth of taco soup. I've got 2 points worth of the Velveeta shreds. I've got, because I want them to melt in the soup, 2 points of the tortilla chips, and 1 point of the light sour cream, and that's another 6 points. So deal or no deal? Okay, Sandra says no deal for me, Kelly, and that's totally fine. That is totally fine. Let me go back, because a couple of you all, let's see, Irma says deal. Sarah says deal, and you can add some 0 points on that too. Yep. Rita says deal on that taco soup. Patsy says deal. Sherry says deal. Jonah says heavens, deal on the soup. Yeah, Sarah, you can add 0 point chicken. Totally. This is just to get your brains going this week. Lynn says deal on the taco soup. Patty says deal. Melissa says double deal on the taco soup. Mary says soup on deal. Julie says deal on the taco soup without the chips and the cheese. And oh, see, Julie would add avocado and salsa. That's what I'm talking about. What's a deal to you? Deal or no deal? And it doesn't have to be the same for all of us. Okay, so this is so good. It is so good. And yeah, Barbara says it looks good. Anna says deal. Nancy says deal. Joycelyn says deal. Deal. Kathy says deal. Mary says deal. Mary says deal. Susie says soup deal. Catherine says soup deal. Okay. So this was just to get your creative juices flowing and just to think, okay, I have 6 points. You know, I have 6 points. Do I want a pat of butter? There will be appropriate times to use a tablespoon of butter. There will be appropriate times when you need 50 Chester cheese puffs. There will be appropriate times when you need a sweet potato. See, I could have cooked the sweet potato, or like maybe for another meal this week, I can cook the sweet potato and add the 1 point of chili to it. That would be 7 points. Or we can do, you can do like Julie did, add the avocado and whatever else it was she said. But that's been the whole point of this, though, was to get you to think deal or no deal, and it might depend on the day. You might not say deal every day. It might literally depend on the day. Okay, so I hope you all got your creative juices flowing. I hope you'll start to look at things maybe a little bit differently. I know I am this week. Now I'm already thinking deal on this. This is my supper for tonight. So now I'm thinking deal on this, but I'm also thinking, Tuesday night, I might have a deal on a sweet potato with some taco soup because I made plenty over here in the Instant Pot. Anyway, I hope that gave you all some great ideas, and I hope that you will make some of your own deals this week. And I hope you'll also look at some things and think, no deal. No deal. I'm not doing that. But I had a great time. Getting ready for this. Thank you to everybody again who sent stars. I appreciate y'all more than you could possibly know. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and let that next video roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. And go ahead and click that subscribe button and click on the little bell so that it will notify you when our next video comes up. But y'all have a great week. Oh, and thank you, Rita. Rita just sent stars. Thank you so much. Thank you. Remember, next week we're going to be talking about all things Thanksgiving, even if you're Canadian, and I don't know when Canadian Thanksgiving is this year. But yeah, I mean, it's coming, people. It is coming. So we're going to start talking about the holidays next week. But I thank you all again so very much, and thank you very much for the stars. Y'all have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Good night.